Welcome to Roughing It with Ruth. I'm on a mission to find cheap backpacking gear so that backpacking can be more accessible for everyone. While you're watching these videos, please remember that the cheapest way to start out backpacking is not to spend any money at all, and rather to try and borrow some backpacking gear. This will give you the chance to try it out without spending your hard-earned cash. So don't go out and buy something just because you saw it in this video.
So for rain gear for this budget backpacking project, I initially bought one of those disposable plastic ponchos, and that was extremely inexpensive because I got the kids one because I can fit into it. It was only 16 Rand from Takealot. But the problem with that one is that it was extremely flimsy. Even when I took it out of the bag, there were already some holes in the hood. So I decided it was probably not such a great idea to go traipsing around in the wilderness with such a flimsy piece of plastic. I found another budget option for rain gear that was actually also still quite cheap. It's only 59 Rand, but this one is not a disposable plastic poncho. It's made of vinyl, and I bought it from Outdoor Warehouse. It's the 360-degree brand lightweight poncho. So it's made from waterproof vinyl, and the seams are electronically welded. It has PVC snap button closures, which are kind of like a strange plastic press stud arrangement. It comes in its own plastic carry bag, which I suppose you could take with you to keep it separate from your dry gear. These are the plastic PVC, I think they're called snap button closures on the packet. These are the part of the product that worries me the most. They look pretty flimsy. I think that this little stalk of plastic could break off fairly easily if you weren't careful with it. But they just click closed, and they do an okay job of holding the poncho closed. I haven't really tested them in wind, so I'll have to let you know about that. And this is what it looks like when it's on. Each side underneath your arm has two of those snap button closures to hold it closed. So it's not completely closed, there are gaps. It's just being held together, and there aren't really sleeves. It's just one giant square of material. And then there's quite a generous hood. So because this is quite a cheap poncho, there's no way to cinch the hood closed around your face, and there are no arms. It's just one piece of material. But I think that because it's so big, it will actually keep you quite dry. You also have the option of putting it over your backpack. Because it's so large, you'd definitely be able to fit your backpack underneath here as well. And I have hiked with a poncho as rain gear on a wilderness hike before. The one issue is wind. Because they're so big and flappy, they tend to catch the wind and blow around quite a lot. And the other main problem with them is that they are so flappy, so they tend to get snagged on things. So if you're going to be doing a lot of bushwhacking, then a poncho might not be the best idea. But honestly, I'm fairly confident about using this particular one as rain gear. Is my arm even in the hole? I guess it is. And the plus side of using something that is essentially a big square of material is that you could also lay it down on the ground as a ground sheet as well. In fact, you do get slightly more expensive ponchos that are actually poncho tops, so they double as your shelter as well, and they have little grommets and tie-outs. I think there's one from Nature Hike that is fairly popular. And I did have a look at that as an option for combining rain gear and a shelter, but it's not quite sheltered enough for me, so I'm rather going to go for a budget tent and a budget poncho. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more videos about budget backpacking gear, then please consider subscribing to my channel.